Alright, good day everyone, it's Gareth again from Whatchamacallit Gaming, and here we are continuing our Captains of Industries playthrough. Unfortunately, I made the big mistake of not realizing I hadn't started recording, so we got quite a few research done and a few minor things done. This is mostly the mod research, so it's not a big hiccup. I don't think I'm ever going to use these modded research, and we got the fuel research done. And we upgraded our warship. But still, that was annoying. I paused it thinking I was pausing it. Meantime, it turned out, no, I just hadn't started it. And it's like, damn it. That was a big oops. So sorry about that. What else did I do? I just built this conveyor belt. As you can see, I tried to keep it away from this area. And then I went through here to here. I also realized I made a mistake here. I, for whatever reason, had this set to not export. I think it's because I copied one of these buildings, and these buildings aren't set to export, so oops on that. Beyond that, though, I don't think I've done anything else, except we now can upgrade our fuel system, fuel production. We're not going to do that yet. I want to build a power plant here, because that'll grant us access to underground water, and easy access to coal, which is right here. We'll just have to, you know, siphon it off somehow. Is this full? Yeah, it's full. Weird that 2 containers don't take a lot, because nuts. Anyway, that happened. Sorry about that. So we're now just waiting on the rail line, and then I got to figure out how I want to build the coal plant. That is extremely annoying. Because, yeah. Now, normally I could reload. I just saved over it, but there are other autosaves. I could reload. I'm not going to do that because I'll forget what I fixed or what minor changes I made. Oh yeah, the only other thing is I set this coal supplier here to transfer the coal from our shipyard into this slot. I'm just going to delete it now. Its job is done. And then soon we'll be switching anyway, and then the trucks can take this away and transport it back to here to continue filling this up. At least for now, we can keep fuel production up. Okay, the ship is returned. I want to send it out again. Let's explore this area. We'll explore these 2 areas. I want to fix this ship, but we don't have any iron, and it's not that we can't get the iron. I'm not making any. I've switched to steel production. So, I may just add the necessary iron, or because I don't really feel like rebuilding an entire iron production center just to make iron. I just gotta check. I've probably accidentally shot myself in the foot that other technologies may require iron, and I'm not making any. What do you require? Okay, you're steel, so you're happy with that. That's fine. Concrete and steel. We are starting, because the biggest hiccup here had just been coal. We just didn't have any coal. That was it. That was all we needed. So as soon as we have enough coal, we can make everything else. We're now making glass, so that's good. So we can start making tier 2 vehicle parts. Okay, we've got an electric boiler. As nice as it would be to run this electric boiler, the power requirements, I just don't think we can get enough juice. That's where the hiccup comes in. Because we got to start generating power to get it to work, and that means we're constantly burning, say, fuel here, diesel fuel, to power the electric boilers, which in turn generate more power. So I'd have to set up a whole system that solely produces power for the electric boilers. While I think it can be done, I'm not sure. Okay, once this ship is done, we're going to go fix that cargo vessel. We don't have a use for it at the moment, but we're going to go fix it. What is this doing? How quickly are we using it? Oh, we're doing fine. We are doing fine. Why is this not supplying? What's gone wrong here? You know, sometimes I can be a blinking idiot. This is camera angles again, because I probably did it from this, like this angle, and it looked like I had it the correct spacing, where in reality I didn't. So, you know, oops. Do apologize about the language. I've just been frustrating myself a bit today because I was silly enough not to hit record and a few other things over the course of today. So, also our internet isn't really working, which is why I'm making another YouTube video. Can't really do anything else. It's one of those classic cases you don't realize you need it. Oh, right, that's the other thing. We unlocked the next tier of food markets, so I just doubled it. Oh, right, I haven't finished doing it. This needs to do this. This needs to do that. Because we were having a we weren't having a food production era problem. We were making plenty of food. They just weren't, you know, getting it. So that was the slight hiccup. Steel is going down, which is not unsurprising. I don't know if we're actually producing enough to actually warrant what we're doing here. It doesn't look like we're making enough steel, but the problem is we just don't have... It's not that we don't have the capacity to produce enough steel, we're just not mining enough material or transporting enough material. So we're basically just waiting on this very big rail line to be finished. We only have a single production center making it, which is not a problem. We can boost it, I think. I boost it to 150%. What does that do? Does that cost anything? Okay, that's a speed up. Power, if I set it back to 0, it costs in people, and it costs in power. So if I boost it to 150, power requirement goes way up, and personnel assigned to production go way up. And if I boost it to, say, that, what does that do? Also, the cost of production goes way up, but we're producing a lot now. I'm going to leave it like that for a little bit. I just want to get this done. We're going to burn through our reserves of materials, so I'm going to just cheat in some steel. Add 5,000 steel, and they will deliver it to this warehouse. I just really want to get this finished so we can dismantle this part and get back to work. Because, yeah, we've got enough stone. I think gravel is fine. Yeah, we've got enough gravel, we just don't have enough rail line. And that's up to that point. Okay, well, we actually may not have enough gravel. We may run short on gravel. Because, yeah, the only place we're actually getting gravel is here. Because we're still digging it out of this particular area. We are getting pure amounts of other material, but 90% of the time. Because we're digging down. Actually, I think this thing is... yeah. We're digging down across the board. And once again, we're getting this weird effect here. Here it's smooth here, and suddenly it's not so smooth here. Don't know why. Okay, fertilizers. We will need that later. Also, oh yeah, also I'm maxing out the number of vehicles. I'm gonna max it out. We will probably go back on them a bit, maybe get more diggers or assignments. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Right now, I really just want to finish our rail yard, our rail system. Because that is kind of acting as our choke point at the moment. Once we have the rail yard system built, we could build everything else. Okay, I just want to do this quick. While it's here, while I'm thinking about it, we'll clear that. We'll grab this. We'll connect it like that. Connect this one like that. We'll have... this one will go to here. This U-shaped one, it can come there. That resets this back to the way it was. And that gives me the ability to grab here and then run a conveyor belt to our power source, our power supply here. And I'll build coal supply here, and then we can feed it with coal, and we can grab groundwater here as well. Oh, did that change? I haven't updated. I actually wanted to check here. Okay, no. Okay, then it resets these permission slips every time I update the mods. So every time you replace the mods, it's going to reset all your permission slips. Okay, got that. Check. Okay, cheats, shipyard. Dump that cargo. Grab here. Start repairs. Deliver cargo. So it was already in the supply dump. Okay, and yeah, once we seal this area up, or at least move it across, I'll just move all this down here and we'll shorten this section here. So once this area is built across and then we start going this way to bury it with these conveyor belts, all this sand dump, then I'm going to move this stuff over and just build it here. Okay. Concrete production is not a problem. We're actually chock-a-block here. So this is not a problem. So this is working fine. It's mainly just completing enough rail components to do all this. Have they not taken this at all? No, they haven't touched it. But it is working, so that's nice. So it's mainly they're just putting the rail part in, and then they'll do the rest. So we'll probably find we're running a bit short on gravel. Okay, this is weird. They could do this section. I don't know. I don't know how they're building this track. I think they're just going to get all the rail parts in place, and then they'll build the rest. But yeah, this thing is chewing up. Power is almost a full megawatt, I think. And then massive personnel, but luckily not a problem. We have it. Copper production is also, like I said, the hiccup here is it just takes so long for the trucks to get here. The train system will work much better, much more efficiently, because the trucks can just go right here, dump it, and then we can move on. Speaking of train, how expensive is that going to be? Because we need a steam locomotive, steam cart, then, let me just move this to the side here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. Okay, that's 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oof. Okay. Water and coal may be a slight hiccup, but they can get some here and then get coal. So for now, I'm going to just hit build. They can't actually build it, because we're not making the tier 2 vehicle parts. We will get to that. We will get to that right here. We don't actually have a lot of reserved tier 2 vehicle parts. What do we need for tier 3 again? Oops. Okay, steel, glass. Okay, so basically everything. Where would I even build this? We run the conveyor belt this way, and just build a small one here. The problem is, this is actually part of the permanent expansion for this area. I need this to expand my production. I really, really do need it to expand my production. Right now, we actually don't need more of these parts. We've got plenty. We're actually doing really well on machine parts and electronics, basic parts. We could build it here. It's just awkward running the glass down this way. We could get steel. Steel's not a problem. We can get the glass. Glass is not a problem. It's just the machine parts tier 2. Unless we build a small assembly line here. Because I mean the glass is here, the steel is here. Do I just do that? For now. It's not going to be a permanent structure because I really got to reorganize some of this stuff. But just suppose we pause this, we go here, we want to build this. We go quickly here, we just grab this stuff, we go to the middle lane, we go here. We grab this one and we go here. then we just build a warehouse. So give me this warehouse. We say we want vehicle parts. We say keep full. We go here. We grab the warehouse. 1, 2, 3. Give or take. Doesn't matter. Like that. Just as a temporary construction. Because we don't actually need it to be a permanent thing. At least not yet. Until I really got to decide where I really want to do this. Oh, okay. Current research is too advanced for this lab. What research am I on? Okay. Cancel that. I didn't realize... Oh, it wants research lab tier 2. Problem is, research lab tier 2 is here. I didn't realize the person who made this just stuffed it in. Okay. To produce depleted steam. The product, a distinct heater to warm up your settlements. Oh. Okay. Sneeze? Just excuse me a sec. Sorry about that. Just about to sneeze my head off. Okay, what have we got here? Research lab, the next tier. We will get to that. Right now I'm going to focus on everything else. Okay, that is working. We are stripping this bare now though, but we've got plenty of parts to make more, so that's not going to be a problem. Like, at all. That's really, really not going to be a problem. Wood is less of a case that we need more wood and that we just filled it up. I'm assuming we're using more than we're getting? Yeah, we're going down. So but that's not a problem. We stockpiled so much of everything, it's really not going to be a problem. Steel is a major problem, but once again, it's a supply and demand hiccup. Have they put any resources here? Just the water and the coal. We don't have steel and we don't have construction components. Fair enough. They don't have anywhere to get the steel from. I mean, literally, this is just deposit steel. This is not... We're now starting to make tier 2 construction components. Vehicle components, so that's not a hiccup. So I'll probably just cheat in some more steel. It's just, my hiccup is, we can make it. We just can't supply it. This would literally, I'd be the worst, businessman ever. I'd have all the production capability to make what I need to make, but I wouldn't have the proper supplies to keep those production facilities running. So instead of a constant supply like a modern factory, mine would go, stop, go, stop, go, stop. And that's like the worst possible way to run a factory. Okay, why isn't the ship coming back? It's just, fine, visit. I forget, the ship doesn't come back once it's completed its job. I'm assuming this ship is now just sitting somewhere magically here or just off the coast somewhere waiting to be used. So, that happened. Right now I want to focus on getting the rail yard built. Okay, looks like we have enough rail tracks. I can turn that, yeah, we have enough rail tracks, so that's not a problem. So let's turn this back to default and quit wasting resources and time. We have gravel here. Ah, once again, my bad for grabbing a building. That's only drawback when you do the, when you do this. You copy the settings and you don't realize you've copied the settings. Excellent. So if you're so focused on building everything and then you realize, okay, why isn't this working? And then it clicks. Ah, that's what I did. Really hoping this is not going to cause a problem. The train will be able to actually refill as needed. But we'll wait and see. That is 90% of our gravel going, gone. And like I said, we're not even grabbing the gravel properly, we're just using it. Okay, yeah, the power plant is going to be here. It'll be able to get coal from here to run its boilers. I'm just going to have to see how I can build it properly, because I don't want us... And then we'll keep the diesel generators as a backup power source if for whatever reason it doesn't work properly and we can't produce enough power. So I've done that before as well. Okay, how long have I actually been at this? 20 minutes. It feels a lot longer because I forgot to unpause. Okay, as soon as the rail yard is done, we'll do this, and then we'll build the power plant. I could probably build the power plant while I'm waiting. Let's do that. First things first, how do I want to run this conveyor belt? Because it's got to go over these tracks, and that's going to be quite high. So it doesn't interfere with the train. I know, not the best thing, can't be helped. What's its maximum height? Okay, what is that maximum height? +6. Oh, why can I go to +6 and this can only go to +5? Really hoping that should be tall enough. Okay, let's actually do it there. Okay, and then we want coal bins. We're gonna have to upgrade all these bins eventually. Actually, no. When the train derails and crashes into our coal bins, because, you know, this is me we're talking about, let's not do that. We connected? We are connected. Okay, let's go with that for now, and that's our supply of coal. The trains can get past quite easily because that's maximum possible height. And then we'll design our power plants. We do have some advantages here. We have, we should have cooling towers somewhere here. So that's not going to be a hiccup. Resource-wise, we're actually making stuff at long last, so yay. Okay, final research into the lab is done. Vehicle parts, we're still making here, but wait, have we run out of diesel production? No, we've got it. They're just not delivering it. They'll get to it. Like I said, this whole area has to be demolished, and our power generation capability is really eating into what we need to do. Okay, the ship is docked. What have you got? Okay, we got to unload the cargo here. Is this working? Because I'm not seeing extra material come up here. I'm really not seeing. Normally it will slowly fill up, but I'm not seeing it fill up here at all. Because we're getting scrap iron. We're getting, copper. We're getting... Unless it's moving it to appropriate storage bins, it may be doing that. But then where's it putting the scrap material? Because the scrap material should come here. And it's not. So I wonder if this cheat is not working properly. Cargo from the dock into shipyard storage. That's what it says it's doing. I don't think it's actually doing that. I think it's just destroying it. Okay, coal set. Most of the rail line is almost complete. Train. Okay, it's just the manufacturing, it's just the vehicle parts, and then that'll be done. Okay, let's build our power plant. Coal will come from this side, so we want to go that way. So we want to come forward a bit this way. Okay, let's just build this thing and then decide after that. So we start with a single flywheel, and that goes there. Wait, the flywheel is for storing the power. High pressure turbine will come, connect to it. This is so it runs up the flywheel first, then generates power. So we have a reserve of power. This takes 3 megawatts, and this produces 6. So this will produce like that, and that would be it. So if we want to do it properly, we need to do this. We need to do this, and that's 12 megawatts from this setup. Plus 500 megawatts of auxiliary power. Which is fine. Sorry, that produces 2 megawatts with 3 megawatts of continuous power. So this is 8 megawatts of power? Okay, that's terrible. But we don't actually have a choice. Okay. Low pressure steam will be dumped, so that's not going to be a problem. We'll then copy the structure. We'll do this. I want how many of these? Because right now we're not using that. We're using 12. So I actually would like 6 of these. And that's me being way too over-enthusiastic. Actually, I will do 6. I'm just going to erase these first. Let's finish setting this up. So, we want the large smokestack here for now. We're going to connect to there. Connect to there. Going to connect to there. Going to... Oh wait, I'm doing this wrong. We have a cooling tower. We should use the cooling tower. Though it doesn't matter because we've got unlimited groundwater. I'm cheating with the groundwater. So we don't actually need the cooling tower, but it could be worth it. Oh, are we out of... Sorry, we appear to be out of concrete. But is this a case that we're not making enough concrete? No, we're making it. It's just we're using it all up. And I think that's because I overdid it with the rail trains here. I think that was just the oopsie there. It'll catch up. Yeah, and I think we're out of gravel of sufficient quantities. Yeah, gravel is empty, so we're just waiting on the last little bits of gravel to finish off the sections of track. Okay, back to what we're doing here. How do we want to run this bit? This bit will go up, this bit will come down. So let's move on to the boilers, and we're going to use coal boilers because it's just we can access what we need here. It's a shame, I'd rather not use such pollutive technologies, but we have no choice. Okay, how much does this boiler produce? It produces 48 units of steam. And this one's 24, so one boiler producing 48 units of steam will supply 2 of these. So for every 2 of these, we need 1 of these. So this needs to supply both of these, and then we will move on. Okay, I'm going to arrange this a bit differently. Like that, I think? I'm just leaving some room so I can change positioning. Oh, I've already screwed up, I see. Okay, so like that. Then we want the dump. We don't have the ability to properly deal with pollution yet, so we'll have to figure that out. And then the cooling tower. Where do I want to place the cooling tower? Just on the side, maybe? And then into a storage tank, I'm thinking? 24. And that produces 24. So, yeah, but that would mean 4 cooling towers per. So what, something like this? And we run this way? Then we have a water storage tanks, or we'll feed it into a water storage tank. Okay, let's run the pipes first. I didn't realize the steam input was also elevated. let's do this slightly differently. I'm still going to, I want to use a balancer. Like that. And this will run just like that. Now, this will probably create a significant bottleneck in this section, which could be a problem. Because technically, these 4 towers equals one of these 2 of these units. 24. Oh no, it actually does. Yeah, 4 towers, 4 dumps. But normally you would supply each of these to one of these, but I don't have that kind of spacing. It would be monumentally difficult. The other option is we do 2 to 2. So what we do, let's delete this pipe, like this. We'll delete it to, say, there. We will run this pipe there. We'll run it this way. Okay, no, we got to run it one out. So we'll run it one out. Like that. Okay, we actually need to just make a little bit more room. I think 1 should be plenty. This pipe will follow this pipe, follow this pipe. Okay, so we got to pull these coal burners back a bit. Which is fine. This is sort of the whole experimentation here. And then we just got to figure out how we want to place these buildings. And for storage, we want the upgraded storage, because we're going to be storing the water. We'll also give it a bit more room. We will run it like that. And this one will run 1 across, 1 over, like that. That way there's really no fighting with where it's going. And then it'll run into a large water storage bin here. Okay, and then recycling plants. We'll just go, okay, well, we can actually tuck the big smokestack right in there. Okay, we still gotta put an input. We don't have an input at the moment, because it's all the way over here. So let's just copy this structure. Get our spacing correct. Okay, actually... No, it's fine. That should actually be fine. I think this is in line. Yeah, that's in line. And this is going to be not the neatest or the nicest or even the most efficient setup, but it's a setup. I just hope we don't run into a hiccup where we can't get rid of the steam fast enough to, you know, do it. But it should work out fine. Okay, now we can pull this whole structure forward a bit. And the first thing we'll sort out is the coal. And then we'll sort out the water. Now this isn't going to start working right away because, well, there's no coal. Literally no coal. This one will supply this one. This one will supply that one. I do want to elevate them all up, so these will be... Okay, hang on. Just to give clearance for the water. I don't know if I've got enough coal supply here. I wonder if I've got enough coal supply. Or do I divide it here? When it gets here, it splits off that way and splits off this way. I think this may be a good option. So if I put a U-shaped balancer here, we will run 2 coal lines to maximize supply. Oops. So it'll go like that. Sorry, not to maximize input. And then we'll leave space for water supply. So this will definitely... Can I pull this more forward? I think I can. So if I build this like this, and we go across, we go a little bit more forward. I think water supply, we're fine. Yeah, we're more than fine. Flip, we're partially sitting on our limestone deposit. It's a shame we can't do underground mining yet in this game. I don't know if that's something the developer is ever going to add, but it's a thought. Are we on the inside or the outside? We're on the inside. I'm just giving room to make sure I don't block the water supply here. Because the water plant will be built here. There we go. That will definitely guarantee that whatever coal we pull out of the ground, some of it is going to come straight to our power plant. Not, as I said, this power plant's going to work just yet. And this is not upgradable. When we get to the bigger machines, I'm basically going to have to tear this whole thing apart. Because I don't think... Can I leave enough room? Just give me 1 second. I just want to go to research here. Where's the next generation of power plants? There. Yeah, I think these are all quite a bit bigger as far as space is concerned. So, it even gives... Yeah, so I'm wondering... We haven't built anything yet, so we're not shot. We're not in trouble or anything like this. I've just tucked everything tight in, but maybe I should actually, you know, move it up apart a bit. So, if we grab the structures from here. So we park it here so it's jointed, and we go 1, 2, let's go 3. Let's go 3, it's not going to be a problem. And then we repeat this here. Go here as well. 1, 2, 3. I don't know if that's going to be enough room for expansion. I'm hoping it's going to be enough room for expansion. I can't remember the size of the coal plants, the upgraded power plants. So I'm just hoping I've given enough room that maybe I don't have to dismantle everything. Knowing my luck, I'm going to have to dismantle everything, because that's always what happens. Because I'm not even sure if 3 slots is going to be big enough to push everything aside. No, I'm not going to be lucky enough. I'm going to have to tear this whole structure apart and rebuild it. So I'm not going to worry any further. That is fine. Now we want water. And remember, we're going to run the water from these 3 tanks into storage tanks. So that's the first step. We want upgraded water storage. Let's just build like that. I'm going to cut it and dump it this way. How evenly are we going to split? Also, I think we split the 2 tanks between each side. So first we want to get our supply tanks done. Where do we want to run the supply? From this side, maybe? Easiest would be this way, but it takes up a lot of room. Unless we build it here. And we just... So we go down a bit. Assume the train is going to derail, because this is my project. So naturally the train is going to eventually derail. Because, like I said, my project, they always flipping. I know this game doesn't actually have derailment of its locomotives. But, you know. My project. So we go this way. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of loose pipes running around here. It's just... Then I've got to build pipes going back. I'm wasting a lot of space here for building this, but then I've got space. I don't need to worry about figuring out how I'm going to compact all of this. But we can probably, you know, go from here. Bring these 2 plants. This, can I come a bit forward? I think I can. I don't want it too far forward because, oops. Camera angles. That should be fine. Then we're going to run the water storage tanks. The water tanks, okay, this is where this is going to come in quite important. We do have a bigger one. I think that's part of the mods here. What is that? A really terrible one. They basically just took two of these and glued it together. Okay, that's a terrible balance. So I gotta admit, this mod isn't really as good as the balance of quite a lot of these mods. This mod is missing quite a lot of the features I really enjoyed in the other Gentleman's mods, but he's no longer updating or even attempting to make his mod better. But that's not entirely his fault. Apparently there was quite a lot of, I guess, infighting over intellectual property would be the correct explanation. So, not 100% the Gentleman's fault, but it happens. Okay. How do I want to attach this? Problem is, okay, that should be fine. From that tank, I want to repeat this with all 3 tanks. Does this mean I'm running excess water pipes? Yes, definitely, 100%. Unfortunately, I do not want to create a jam. Am I 1 up? Yes, I'm 1 up. I want to come 1 down. So this pipe is at tier 2. It does mean excess pipes run. It's not a hiccup. Like that. And then I'm going to run the 3rd pipe here. And the water supply will come here and it'll pump into these 3. This just guarantees that there's always going to be a pipe pumping water somewhere. So it'll be ground pipe. Alright, I forgot to just configure this so the trucks do not make any attempt to pump or filter or anything of the water. Same with these structures. Do not want the trucks to supply. Same with these structures. The trucks must not supply or try to take. Okay. Now then, we just need to add our water pumps. Yeah, it's going to freeze for a sec because this is an enormous area of water. Okay, and we'll just take... I'll see if I need to build more water pumps later. I honestly do not know if we'll need more water pumps. We'll have to see how it goes, because the hiccup we may run into is we drown this facility. We're recycling the water, we're producing so much water, we literally drown the facility in water. But there's our power station. So that's working now. What is... Okay, I want to send this ship out because I want to see what the heck is going on with our raw materials. And while that's happening, I'm just going to go get some water. So excuse me a moment. Okay. Everything is sort of going to plan, I guess. Biggest hiccup still is I'm just not digging enough dirt. But I'll get there. How's everything else going? Okay, concrete, yeah, concrete production is still a problem. But it's not a major hiccup. It was mainly just because of that train facility, the rail yard, the rail line production facility. There's the word I'm looking for. That was... excuse me. That was strangling our concrete production, but it's not a problem. Can you guys... You can export your import, that's fine. That way they can get it. Now this building should not be set to this. Just this structure, if they want to grab, they can grab. Okay, anything else? We still need to do this, but we can't do this till we get this running. We can't get this running till we get this running. We can't get this running till we get this running. And gravel is the problem. So, I'm just going to cheat some in, because we are getting some, but it's taking forever. We got most of it built, at least. Let's put 1,000. There we go. There is definitely something here that is limiting the total amount of supplies to the shipyard. I don't know what it is, but it is definitely doing it. Yeah, because look here, 217 scrap iron. Yet, and we've gotten this before, yet every time we've come, it stayed stuck at 7. I kind of wish the shipyard had outputs, so we could just, I don't know, dump the resources into storage containers, but at the moment it doesn't. I don't mind upgrading this for fuel reserves. Are we not pumping enough fuel out of this? Doesn't look like it. We can move this line over and add another group and cut it here, so one set will feed this group, one set will feed this group. I honestly thought we were actually producing enough crude oil, or is the pipe just not enough? So yeah, only this crude oil pipe is slowly filling up. Everything else is not working according to plan. What are you short of? Concrete. And concrete. Concrete is coming. Rail line is complete. So, we need to delete this structure. And we need to get this one back online. So I can start filling everything and get everything working. Yeah, it's just going to complain 12 times. I've already stopped that completely. But this greatly speeds up distance. Oh, and now I got to strip some of this mining equipment away. For sand, because apart from what we've got, where is it now? Oh, we don't even have sand anymore. It's all empty. So, how much per vehicle? We want 6 of those. Oh, 16. So I really have 16. Yep. Okay, this has to come back down to 6. Or, better yet. Oh, I've already maxed out. Okay, I'll replace 6 of those vehicles with, this. Yeah, let's reduce these to 10. Because we don't actually need that many anymore. It's not going that far. It would be... I wouldn't mind having a large amount of vehicles if it was still going as far as it was going. But it's not going that far anymore. It is literally across the road. Okay, vehicle construction. I want to grab transform. Can we limit? I want them to small excavator. I only want 6. Any depot. Start. It will now change 6 pickup diesels into 6 small excavators. It'll be completely random which 6 vehicles, but I'm assuming those not assigned, and then once the necessary resources have been delivered, the trucks will start swapping out. Perfect. I will admit, this single add-on they added is like the best. Because you don't fight, constantly try to... I remember earlier where you have to select every truck, and if you've like me done now, and you've got a full load of vehicles, it's a nightmare to select every single truck and upgrade them or change them. This system works so much better. Alright, what we can do is we could get the train isn't built yet, but we can add a new line. We can say we want it to come, oops, not part of any line. And can we select the whole thing? Okay, add stop, that station. Okay, this station, you are doing what? You are loading. And we want to select a station. And you are unloading. That's fine. We'll select a color. Let's just make it purple. And then what? This line only has one stop. I'm confused. Why does it only have one stop? There's a stop there. And there's a stop there. I don't get it. Is it track direction? Is it... what? No, track direction is fine. Okay, there's this one. I don't get it. There's the train stop. Here's the rail line, and this one is pickup. So this is load. Did I not change the other ones to unload? Did I not do that? No, this is set to unload. And there's the train stop. I'm confused. I'm honestly confused now. Is the train stop backwards? No, it's not. Yeah, it only has one stop. It picks up at the one point and it stops at the other point. I don't get it. Full and... no. I don't understand. I honestly do not understand. You pick up here and you dump there. Where is this... yeah, it only has one stop. Okay. I don't understand. I may have to actually Google this, because this doesn't make any sense. You pick up there and you drop off there. Where's the confusion? Is this part of the problem? No, that's fine. It's not even interfering with the way the train is laid out. Maybe we should wait till the train is built and see if it'll actually give us any trouble. Maybe that's where the hiccup is coming in. Because the train isn't actually built yet, so I don't know if it's not gonna, not work. Alright, I'll pause this. Unpause, get to work. Yeah, let's actually get the train built and see if it's going to give us any trouble. I may be confusing myself over absolutely nothing. And once the train is built, it will get to work. That would be nice. In the meantime, we gotta fix this problem. Okay, I gotta rearrange this. This? Okay, it's still partially full, so I'll just leave that be for now. I want to change this, though. Actually, no, I don't want to change that. My bad. Because there's 2 outputs and 2 inputs, so it's fine. I will admit, I don't get what it was complaining about. Okay. Now then. In this respect, this is now backwards, because this is backwards. Oh boy. Okay, we'll first start with waste materials. Luckily, this can just be a single conveyor belt, and we're gonna have to go quite far out. So, probably to here. But we can come close to here. I know I'm technically wasting this whole chunk of space, but I'll figure it out later. Um, now then, copper is here, iron is here. This is going to be where I'm going to start running into trouble. Sand is there, because sand and this must come last. Technically this should come first, but it ends up here. So I think this will be level 1. Furball, quit kicking me. Sorry, I have a cat on my lap and she suddenly decided to start kicking me for some reason. Maybe she's just as annoyed with my voice as everybody else. Hey, what are you doing? Quit that! Okay, I actually want to reorganize this a bit. Let's just use balances. This just works so much nicer. It just guarantees a stable flow of materials, that's all. Okay, that's fine. Let's go here. Then, U-shape. I could probably cut these closer once I've got them built. I just want to make sure I've got enough room, and then later on I'll just cut this middle out and just push it in a bit. For now, I just want to make 100% sure I've got enough room for everything. Yeah, I don't understand. Sometimes this works and sometimes it really doesn't. Sand. Is that you? Luckily waste was easy, so that's not a problem. Why is this not connected? Hello? Yeah. Huh? Oh. Okay, yeah, that was my screw up. Did I do flat again? I did! Is that the correct? Yeah, that's the correct height. Okay. Now then. We'll connect this side first. Probably can even come one more closer. I'm going to be happy with this. You know, I thought I was going to put a bridge here. They'll just have to get used to going the other way. Because I've basically built a complete roadblock there. Right, now we just wait for the steam train to be built. Oh, has it been built? Yeah, it has. And it's just sitting here. Why aren't you going? Go to the next station. Okay, this doesn't make any sense. Like, at all. You load there and you unload there. What's complicated? Add stop. Done. Why can it not reach destination? I must have the... Oh, that's why it was being a pain in the proverbial. That's also why I was getting so confused. But hey, we got a full cargo run at least. Once again, this is one of the hiccups when you copy and paste structures and buildings. Yeah, it's not going to go very fast. But at least we're now delivering materials via train. So, that's good news. Later on as we advance, we'll get bigger trains. I am still recording? Yes, I am. And I'm afraid that's going to be it for this episode. So I hope you've all enjoyed, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. This is Gareth from Whatchamacallit Gaming, out.